Alright. So, I'm off to work. It's Wednesday. I don't know what I'm going to use this footage for, but here we go. That feel when you have to pray for a red light so you can drip in your atomizer. Don't drip and drive. Yeah, so as I was saying, don't drip and drive, because once you wish one red light's all red light, they're all gonna be red lights. Anyway, I'm at work. I also just realized I have a MacBook from 2010 and it doesn't have an SD card reader, so let's see. Okay, so tripod notwithstanding, I guess one of the things I wanted to talk about, since I mentioned it in the previous video, is yes, I do like anime. If you can't tell by the outfit I'm wearing today, I'm very into Japanese culture, Japanese language. I studied Japanese in college. Like, I literally have a degree in it. Anyway, point being, one of the weirdest animes that I have found was, it's called Kakegurui, which is Gambling Addict. You can watch it on Netflix, I think. That's where I found it anyway, and I cannot wait for the second season. It is so weird and so strange. Like, it was, like, I don't know why, but I loved it because it's got like this just mind games everywhere. And on the note of weird anime, I also enjoy Food Wars, which, yeah, I mean, people's clothes fly off when they get something really delicious, which is, it's fan service, let's be honest. But at the same time, I like the weird ones. I like the strange animes. I felt kind of ashamed because it took me so long to also watch Future Diary. I think it's Mirai Nikki is what it's called, but that was a mind fuck. Like, I watched all the way through that series and it was a entire mind fuck. But it also, on the subs versus dubs debate, yes, I do watch subtitles over dubs because I feel like I can pick up what the original intonation of the writing. I can pick up certain things while listening to the Japanese and reading the translated subtitles. It's great. Yeah, as far as subs versus dubbed, I know somebody's gonna get mad at me. It's like, oh, why don't you watch dubbed? It's dubbed so much better. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I personally prefer to read the subtitles when I can't understand something and watch the anime and figure out. I like finding the differences in everything. Let's see, for example, if you watch the English version of a Ghibli film, let's say Princess Mononoke, there's a scene where Ashitaka ends up in, what is it? I think it's the forest swamp before he meets the forest spirit. And in the English, the voice actor has to say something. Like, there has to be something said. There can't be too long of a pause. But then when you watch the Japanese version, it's just a very quiet pan across the entire scene. And I think it's so much more comfortable with the silence versus the translated version that has to have something going on at all times. It has to keep your attention. It has to say something. Whereas the original Japanese version just kind of lets you observe. It just lets you kind of soak in the scene versus trying to keep you entertained. And I think, personally, this is my opinion, I prefer that moment of silence and almost contemplative state instead of having to have something going on all the time. Like every single second there has to be a sound, there has to be speaking. Like you don't have to always be focused on someone saying something, you know? Anyway. Again, I'm going to reiterate, I feel like there's a little bit more of a connection with the animation when you're watching the subtitles versus the dubbed, just because I prefer the original intent in which the anime was voice acted and directed and stuff like that. Not to say there is really terrible anime out there, which there is, but just me personally, for the stuff that I like to watch, it's a little bit different. Let's see. I talked about Ghibli. I talked about Kakegurui and a bunch of weird stuff. I'm trying to think of like some other weird anime that I really like to watch that not a lot of people enjoy. Oh, there's one called No Game No Life, and it's kind of creepy because it's a brother and a sister, and they end up in some parallel dimension world thing where everything is a game, and they have to like rise humanity from the lowest ranked race in the world to the highest rank, so they can like get their lands back and not be essentially it's not executed, it's extinct, I guess. It might not be that extreme, but No Game No Life was pretty good. I actually really like the way they animated it, because there's not particularly hard outlines on everything. It's kind of rainbow colored, and it's a little psychedelic, and it's kind of strange. But yeah, that's definitely another anime that I really enjoy. So I guess if there's anything else you guys want me to talk about, or anime that you might recommend that I watch that I haven't seen, I've seen a lot of the older stuff. Some of the newer stuff I'm a little iffy about, just because of the direction anime has been going in the last decade or so, because a lot of it seems to be superficial, and like the storylines are just kind of like, oh, this is cute, oh, this is kawaii, oh, it's moe and shit like that. So if you find something interesting, let me know. But aside from that, those are my thoughts on weird anime and things that I enjoy. So until next time.